All right, let's dive into the deep, dark corners of the cosmos. We're going to uncover some of the universe's creepiest, weirdest secrets. And trust me, what's really out there is so much stranger than anything you've seen in the movies.
You know, we all picture space as this silent, empty, odorless void, right? But what if it actually had a smell? It sounds kind of crazy, but astronauts who have actually been there, well, they'll tell you a very different story.
So for our first stop, we're talking about a feast for the senses. Yeah, you heard me. We're about to explore the totally unexpected smells and even tastes that are just lurking out there in the universe.
And get this isn't just some theory. It's what astronauts actually report when they come back inside. Their suits carry this really distinct, sharp scent they say is like a cosmic barbecue. Think seared steak and hot metal. Turns out, it's the smell of smoky particles from dying stars clinging to their gear.
Okay, so space smells, but it gets weirder. The universe also has a taste. And no, I don't mean you should go lick an asteroid or something. I'm talking about the actual chemical compounds for flavor just floating around in these giant clouds of gas.
Right in the middle of our own galaxy, there's this enormous gas cloud called Sagittarius B2, and it is loaded with a chemical called ethyl formate. Here on Earth, that's the stuff that gives raspberries their unique flavor and rum its signature smell. So yeah, there's a huge part of our galaxy that basically tastes and smells like a raspberry rum cocktail. Wild, right?
And speaking of cosmic drinks, astronomers also found another massive cloud of alcohol out there. You want to know how much? Enough to brew 400 trillion pints of beer. I mean, just try to wrap your head around that number. It's absolutely insane.
But before you get too excited and pack your space stein, there is a tiny catch. This cosmic booze is also mixed with a pretty nasty dose of poisonous methanol. So while it's a really cool fact, this is one galactic happy hour you're definitely going to want to pass on.
So beyond the weird tastes and smells, the cosmos is also filled with just unimaginable riches and these incredibly lonely rogue worlds. These are the universe's hidden treasures and its cosmic drifters.
We think of diamonds and gold as being valuable, right? Well, the universe plays on a whole other level. Forget about diamond rings. How about an entire diamond planet?
Our Earth has this incredibly complex geology, but some planets out there are way simpler and way more valuable. Let's talk about 55 Cancri E. Scientists figure this planet is mostly made of carbon, and it's been under such insane pressure and heat that a huge chunk of it has just crystallized. It's basically a solid world of diamond.
And the cosmic bling doesn't even stop there. Here in our own solar system, on ice giants like Neptune and Uranus, the atmosphere is so intense. It can literally squeeze carbon atoms into solid diamonds. And then they just rain down through the skies like little gem-sized hailstones.
We all know how precious water is. So what if I told you that the single biggest body of water ever discovered isn't here on Earth? Nope, it's floating in deep space.
Scientists spotted this absolutely gigantic cloud of water vapor way out there, surrounding a distant quasar, and it holds 140 trillion times more water than all of Earth's oceans combined. It is the biggest, oldest stash of water we've ever found. Period.
So we have these incredible, valuable worlds. But you know, not every planet is lucky enough to have a home star. There are billions of them that have been thrown out of their solar systems, and now they're just doomed to wander in the darkness forever. They call them rogue planets, and we think there are billions of them just drifting aimlessly through our galaxy. Now here's where it gets creepy. On the surface, they're dark and completely frozen, but some scientists think their cores could stay warm from geothermal heat, keeping underground oceans liquid. They could be hiding life right under our noses, in that endless night between the stars.
And that darkness, well, it leads us right into our final section, cosmic dangers and mysteries. Because for all of its beauty and wonder, space is also filled with some truly hostile forces that are, frankly, beyond our comprehension.
So what would really happen to you without a spacesuit? It's not like the movies where you just explode. First, the vacuum would violently rip the air from your lungs. Then, because of the low pressure, the fluids in your body, your saliva, even the water in your blood, would literally start to boil. You'd be unconscious in about 15 seconds. It's a truly horrific way to go.
But believe it or not, there are even stranger ways to die out there. If you were unlucky enough to fall into a black hole, you would experience something called spaghettification. The gravity at your feet would be so much stronger than at your head that your body would just be stretched and stretched into a long, thin noodle of atoms.
As one source cheekily put it, delicious? Not really. It's just a completely bizarre and terrifying idea, right? Being turned into cosmic spaghetti. It's a perfect example of how alien and messed up the laws of physics can get. But maybe the things that are even scarier than the dangers we know about are the mysteries we don't. I mean, there are things out there in our universe that, according to everything we understand about physics, just plain shouldn't be there.
One of the biggest mysteries is something called the cosmic cold spot. It's this enormous patch of space, over 1 billion light years across, that's way, way colder than everything around it. From a statistical point of view, a void this huge and this cold is just incredibly unlikely. It shouldn't exist.
So what on earth could it be? Well, there are a few theories, but one of the most mind-blowing ones is that this cold spot is basically a bruise, a cosmic scar left over from when our universe actually collided with another, parallel universe. It could be actual evidence that we're not alone in the multiverse.
So, when you think about it, from planets made of diamonds and the taste of raspberries in space, to being stretched into spaghetti and seeing the possible scar of a cosmic collision, it's pretty clear that the reality of space is just so much weirder, darker, and more mysterious than any sci-fi movie could ever dream up.
It really makes you wonder, if these are the secrets we've managed to uncover so far, what else is hiding out there in all that darkness? What other unbelievable truths are just waiting for us, ready to completely change everything we think we know?